The extended stay, it's a powerful revenue generator. It is a money-making powerhouse if you manage it correctly. Hello everyone. Thank you so much for having me again. This is Rosa de Leon, your hospitality consultant. Today, I would like to speak briefly about extended stay. I'm going to provide a short intro and then I will share with you my top 5 tips for this amazing market segment. The extended stay, it's a powerful revenue generator. It is a money-making powerhouse if you manage it correctly. I understand that there could be a little bit of hesitation because we always do. We do hesitate to what we don't know or what is strange to us or different. But statistics do show that travel is on the uprise, and in addition to that, extended stay, it's at an all-time high. And I would dare to say that it's going to be higher, just the way things are in the world currently. The post-pandemic has posed to us a different way of doing hospitality. Extended stay is one of those. Currently, I have accounts with traveling nurses that travel with their children that are homeschooled, and most of them travel with their pets. We also have crews that are called from one state to another. I have travelers that come from different parts of the world to work on projects in several parts of the United States. They come for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Some of my guests have stayed in some of my properties for over a year. So this brings us to extended stay and how profitable it is. Well, in revenue management, we learn that we maximize revenue by length of stay and by room type category. Now, how do hotels best can capture, manage the logistics of an extended stay? Well, tip number 1 is flexibility. As hoteliers, flexibility is very important. Becoming are traveling for more than 3 nights. What happens? If we're not flexible with such things as cancellation policies, if they have pets, if they have trucks, if they have trailers, different areas that they might need, we will lose a very good piece of business, and we could have probably have accommodated them with very little effort and very little investment. So flexibility will always be number 1. Listen to the guest needs, and then instead of saying, I'm sorry, we can't do this, try to see how you can best accommodate it. Of course, a lot of it has to depend on the length of stay. If a guest is coming for a year, you want to make sure that the amenities offered at your hotel can provide the comfort level that this particular guest needs. But amenities are point number 5, so I'll get to that in a little bit later. Number 2 is local knowledge. Your front desk has to be very well trained in local knowledge. Where are the hospitals, government agencies? If a guest loses a passport, if a guest is traveling with a minor, where are the parks? Where are the urgent care units? Pediatrics? Does they need libraries? Those kind of information will be vital to a guest that's traveling with a child. Another one is pets. Many of them travel with pets. Where is the veterinarians? Where can they get if their pet gets hurt, etc. Very, very important. Restaurants, deliveries, grocery stores, especially if you are in a more urban atmosphere, where in a metropolitan area you have more things at hand. In a more secluded part of the states or the world, you probably want to tell the guests and be able to accommodate them to what the local area offers to them. Number 3 is housekeeping. The extended stay guest doesn't necessarily want housekeeping every day. And I know this may come as a shock to everyone, but they value their privacy. Remember, if they're coming for more than a week, they're probably traveling with a lot of their personal items, not just computers, but they could have radios, they could have a particular blanket that they prefer or pillow. It's just it's their home away from home. So we need to understand that from a housekeeping perspective. Communicate when the guest is making the reservation, and especially when the guests arrive. I suggest that the executive housekeepers makes a call to the guest and say, hey, Mr. Smith, I would like to speak with you because we want to service your room according to your needs. Of course, if you don't want service, we still have to perform a wellness check every X number of days. In some hotels, a wellness check is every 7 days. In other hotels, it's every 3 days. It is up to you and your hotel to deem what will be best. Nonetheless, I would recommend the executive housekeeper speaking with the guest and speaking with the front desk and coordinate it to be able to serve the guests according to their needs. Okay. Accounting. All right. So accounting is very also important because many of our guests are self-contractors, which means that they work independently and they might get paid every month or they might get paid every 2 weeks. We really do not know. Many of the hotels that I service, we charge 1 week ahead of time. With that said, if they are coming for more than a month and you want to capture their business and give them a deeply discounted rate in order to have the long term for 2, 3 months or even a year, then I would suggest a prepayment based on a monthly fee. Instead of charging the guest for the entire year, I would do it monthly. If they're coming for a couple of months, I would do it for a week. In addition to that, your cancellation policies have to be very clear. The guest needs to know exactly what to expect if their project cancels and they have to leave before they thought, they were scheduled to leave. Okay, point number 5 is amenities. Okay, so I'll give you a great example. One of the properties that I worked at or that I managed, that I was task forcing for, we had a guest that was coming for over 6 months. And the guest totally wanted a recliner. Well, we don't have recliners in our hotel. But we spoke to corporate, and due to the length of stay, we went ahead and we got a recliner for the guest. The recliner was a couple of $100s. It wasn't an expensive high-end recliner, but the guest was elated. If the guest is coming for a month and you don't have refrigerators in your rooms, you should also think about making these kinds of investments. If your property is already set up with kitchenettes and refrigerators, then you're fine. But if your property does not have the proper amenities, this is going to deter the extended stay traveler. It is important that you have in your inventory enough amenities that will accommodate your travelers. In the long run, it will pay off very, very well. Another thing that extended stays, they need to do their laundry. It is very important that they have laundry facilities. And yes, although you might have laundromats in the area, they really prefer to do it within the hotel facilities. It is an amazing moneymaker for the hotels to have coin-based operated washers and dryers. This is also very important to the extended stay traveler. Okay, in addition to that, I personally like to prepare for any extended stay a welcome basket. Information about the local area, a couple of bottles of water, and just a couple of treats, something that says welcome. We want to make this your home away from home. This way, the travelers will get a feel that they're welcome, that they're safe, and that the hotel is already starting to prepare for their arrival. During their stay, communication is very key. Please teach your front desk not to be ever afraid to speak to a guest and to be transparent with them about your services and how more can we assist them. Well, that is a wrap. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We love having your audience, and we really hope that we get to continue seeing you in the future.